What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Too Confrontational. As you can see, I do not have my fellow co-host with me. He is sick right now, so we're going to be running this week too, just solo. He did say he would be back next week, so he won't be put on IR. A lot of great games last week, a lot of great ones just to call out. But what we're going to do pretty much is we're just going to run through the games. I'll have my picks here, and then I will Ty send me his picks, so we'll go over those two. And kind of talk about each game. But speaking of last week, just have a few big ones that I want to talk about. Obviously, being a Packers fan and Ty being a Vikings fan. Two exciting games. I'm starting out with the Packers game on Sunday at 3:25. Yeah, that was a great game overall. I think Packers looked really well in the run defense, only allowing 44 yards total, I believe, or 45. And then the first game for Micah Parsons was awesome. Getting that sack late in the game on Jared Goff had to feel good. It felt good as a fan for sure. But yeah, great game there, especially against a great Detroit Lions team. I did not think it was going to be controlled as good as they did. Yeah, just phenomenal. I'm very happy. But going into week 2, we got a tough game against the Commanders. So this will drop Thursday right before the game or mid-afternoon or whatever. So yeah, I'm pumped about that game just because we did look pretty good last week. Yeah, Josh Jacobs didn't have a ton of yards, but got in the end zone. Our receivers looked very good. Jordan looked good. I know he had those 2 picks that did get called back due to penalty. Not his fault, obviously on the Detroit Lions. But very excited about that. Yeah, just looked overall well. I'm worried about our pass defense. Jared Goff did throw some. He obviously threw a pick. But he did throw for 270 or 250 through the air. Let me just confirm that, just so we have that pulled up so I don't mince my words here. Let's take a look and see what he threw for. Why did it go there? Okay, so stats here. He threw for 225, so I was kind of close. 225, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The biggest things are D-line. Yeah, like I said, Micah getting that sack towards the end of the game. We had 4 total sacks. So very pleased with how they played. But we'll get into the third game on Thursday here. But yeah, get to the Vikings Bears game on Monday night. Bears started off really hot the first 3 quarters. They looked good. Caleb Williams looked good, looked quick, moving around out of the pocket and stuff like that. Throwing some great balls too. And then J.J. McCarthy not so well. Throwing a pick, whatever, and then just didn't look as comfortable, but obviously you get him. He's pretty much a rookie. His first game as an NFL player, and just that pressure. Monday Night Football. Yeah, not used to the speed of the game. I'm guessing. Obviously, he played in a little bit of preseason and in the off season, but just not used to the speed. But he looked really good. Kicked it in. After he threw that pick, though, he did look like himself. Looked like he got his feet wet, and then started playing a lot better. So yeah, he pretty much led a winning quarter. The fourth quarter was phenomenal for him. Bears did come back with a big throw to, I believe, Cole Kmet down the middle. But the Vikings come back and win that game. So kudos to them. I do think they have some stuff to worry about. Obviously, if Ty was here talking with me, he would have to say something different, I'm guessing. But yeah, great game, great win for the Vikings. Obviously, great win for the Packers. Some good ones. Obviously, you got the Baltimore Ravens. And you have the Buffalo Bills. Great, phenomenal game, 40-point game. Each team scored 40. 15-point comeback by the Buffalo Bills. And people are already saying that the way Josh Allen played, that he is going to be, or he's the front runner for MVP already, if not the MVP of the league. Which I don't know if you can say that after one game, but obviously he played really well. And 2 great teams right there. I think those teams are top of the AFC for sure. Some other games we can call out. Let me just go through and see what I had here. I can't remember, obviously, all the games. We had some close ones. Bucks get a close win against the Falcons. Dolphins look like shit. They score 8 points, and I think they're very worrisome. I know there's speculation that Tyreek Hill might want to trade. The Rams squeaked by. They only put up 14 points, I believe. Let me just bring my games up here. I went to the Packers and Lions, Bears, Vikings. Talked about the Ravens and Bills, 41-40. Buffalo wins. Tennessee and the Broncos. Yeah, let's talk about this one a little bit. Great two teams. Broncos have a really good defense, and Cam Ward did look really good. Dan Orlovsky did talk about him a little bit and how he was looked really good for week one. Had some great balls. I think ended up having six drops, four in the final drive, I believe, or final quarter. The Broncos hang on to that one, 20-12 against the Tennessee Titans. Like I mentioned, Rams only put 14 points up against the Texans. Obviously, two good teams there. We hope. We don't know if the Texans are going to have a great year like they did last year. Obviously, C.J. Stroud had a kind of a sophomore slump there, so we'll see about that. 49ers Seahawks, close game again, 17-13. The 49ers take that one. And then the Panthers and Jaguars. Jags look pretty decent. The the owner of the Jags, did something funny. He was like, "Forever," and it was just cheesy at the end of the game when he was giving when I think when the coach was giving out the game ball. He had a little speech there, so that was pretty entertaining and good vibes from the Jacksonville Jaguars. They win 26-10 over the Panthers, like I said. Bucks Falcons 23-20. Bucks take that one. Giants Commanders. Kind of surprising as far as the year that the Commanders had last year, just making it to the AFC Championship with a rookie quarterback. They only beat the Jets 21-6. But on the other hand, Russell Wilson did not score, did not throw a touchdown pass, did not play that great. I think he was under 50% completion. Let me pull that up here. I wish I had my other monitor so I could share like Ty did, but 17 for 37, so 20 incompletions at 59% completion rate, so not great. They only scored 6 points. Yeah, I'm looking to see. I'm sure Russell will start week 2, but I think if he has another performance like that, I think that Jackson Dart will end up playing that third, fourth week. Another great game. Steelers and Jets, 34-32. The Steelers take that home. Obviously, Rodgers playing his former team, and the Jets looked really good. And I would say that Justin Fields looked really good too. I think that obviously, if you don't have that hit by Jalen Ramsey that kind of wins in the game, then it's a different story. And Rodgers throws for 4 touchdowns. He only threw for 4 touchdowns once last year with the Jets. Overall, great game. Let's look up the stats for Justin Fields because I know he did play good. It was actually one of the most exciting, one of the exciting games of the week. Let's see here. Jets, 16 for 22, 218 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. His QB rate was 119. So pretty damn good. Great. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, and Brees Hall had another good game. No touchdowns, but 107 yards, like we said. So Raiders Patriots. The Raiders take that one, which was kind of shocked me, but obviously the Raiders, they have Brock Bauer, Geno Smith. It's pretty much a brand new team, like we said last week. But Patriots, I was looking more out of Drake May. Not great. But Cardinals Saints. Cardinals win 20-13 against the Saints wore those like all gold uniforms. Reminded me of like a college team. I'm not sure if I'm a fan or not, but 2013 there. Browns Bengals. Shocker because like I said, Cincinnati played pretty much the starters all preseason. So I thought they would come out hotter than this, especially against the Browns, because I think the Browns are on the bottom of the totem pole there. Only 17-16, the Bengals take that one. And like I said, Dolphins Colts. Colts, Danny Dimes looked phenomenal. They looked a lot better than I expected. Hopefully Danny Dimes can continue to play that well. Michael Pittman played good too. Dolphins not great, only putting up 8 points. Kind of embarrassing. And then we'll go over the Chiefs and Chargers. Chargers shocked the Chiefs 27-21, which I picked vice versa, so I lost that one. And then Cowboys Eagles, great game. This was on Friday night, I believe, or was it on Thursday night? I think it was on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday night. The Eagles went 24-20. I think that the Cowboys played pretty well after losing Micah Parsons, obviously getting Kenny Clark. Just a few, I think 3 or 4 big drops from CeeDee Lamb, and I think that would have been a different story for the Cowboys. But a great game there, 24-20. Eagles take that one. We'll just get into the week 2 of the NFL slate here. Alrighty. So yeah, big game like I mentioned earlier in the podcast. The Packers play the Commanders. So Commanders go to the Packers. The Packers are favored 3.5. I obviously am going to go pick the Green Bay Packers here. I'm going to stick with the home team. They are wearing their whiteout jerseys, so I'm pretty pumped about that. And then Ty's pick, he's also going to go the Green Bay Packers. A few things that I want to key on here. I do want to see Micah Parsons take more snaps. He only played in 29 snaps, so less than 50% or 40-something% of the snaps there. So I want to see him on the field more. I want to see our defense, especially our secondary, play a little bit better. I know we had a pick, but see them play a little better, not let up as many yards through the air. And then I want to see our receivers getting more involved. I want to see Tucker Kraft. I know he had a touchdown last week, but I want to see him more involved. Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks. I want to see those guys, kind of come more together, and I want to see Jordan Love go off. I know he only had like 6 incompletions last week. I want to keep those same numbers, but more yards. So we'll see how they do. I'm excited for that game. White out for the Packers. So yeah, go Pack, go baby. And then on Sunday, we'll get into the Sunday slate here. No Friday game, obviously, because they only had that on the first week, and then towards the end of the season when they flex and stuff like that, to Saturday and stuff like that. So let's see, 49ers and Saints. Not much to say about this game. I know the Saints didn't look great week 1. They took that L. 49ers. McCaffrey played pretty decent. Looking at that, I think he had like some 70-something yards. Let's see. Yeah, he had, and they beat the Seahawks. So I think let's see here what he actually had. McCaffrey had 69 yards, 22 carry. Oh, not great. 22 attempts, 69 yards. But Brock Purdy played pretty good. 26 for 35, 277 yards. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions though. Yeah, I'm gonna still go with the 49ers here. I just think with their group of starters here that they can get it done. And then let's see here. Ty is also going to go with the 49ers. So mark that down for him. Alrighty. And then Bears and the Lions. Like I said, Bears. Okay, yeah. So I'll go back to the last one. 49ers, Saints. The 49ers are favored 4.5. So, and then Commanders, favored 3.5. So I went Packers and 49ers, so did Ty. So Bears, Lions. Lions are favored 5.5 points. Like I said, Bears looked pretty good against the Vikings for the first 3 quarters anyway. And then Detroit did not look great against the Green Bay Packers. You got to take into account how, the Packers could have played really well. They're that good of a team this year. Same on the Bears-Vikings side. Vikings might actually found themselves late in the fourth. And that's how they truly are, and they just didn't play well the first 3 quarters. I am going to have to say, the Bears looked pretty good. I want to see Caleb Williams keep improving. But I'm going to have to go Detroit Lions here. I think they bounced back after that tough loss. Pretty much an ass whooping from the Green Bay Packers. And Ty is also going to go Detroit Lions. So there we go there. All right. And then we'll go Bills at the New York Jets. The Bills are favored -7. Let's see. Bills, yeah. This is like I said, yeah, the Jets played pretty good against the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I think obviously the Bills are, a pedestal higher than the Steelers are. So I'm going to go Bills for sure. And I think Josh Allen, I'm not sure if they put up 40 points. They could. I mean, obviously, the Steelers put up, 30-something points, 34 points against the Jets. So who knows how good the Jets defense is this year. So they could put up another 40 point or 40 piece. But I'm going to go Buffalo here on the road, and Ty is also going to go Buffalo as well. Alrighty. Let's see here. And then let's go Browns at the Ravens. The Ravens are favored 11.5. Browns did not look great. Obviously, it was a little bit closer. I mean, they looked decent because they only lost by 1 point to the Cincinnati Bengals, which I thought that Cincinnati was going to come out hot. But like I said, Baltimore put up 40 points as well. So I'm going to go Ravens at home, and I think Ty is going to be in the same favor. Yeah, Ty is going to go Ravens as well. So me and Ty are on the same page here for the first 5 games. All right, and then let's get into Giants-Cowboys. I think like they obviously the Giants didn't put any touchdowns or rushing touchdowns, passing touchdowns on the board. They put two field goals, 6 points. So Giants at Cowboys. Cowboys are favored 5.5. Um, I am going to go the Dallas Cowboys. I think CeeDee Lamb. I heard he after when after he got home or whatever, he was on the jug machine practicing catching balls. So I think he wants to come out and play well and not have any drops this week. So I'm going to go Cowboys at home. And I think let's see what Ty has. Ty also went Dallas. So me and Ty are still sticking on the same page. Alrighty, and then let's go the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals are favored 3.5. Um, man, this is a kind of a tough one. I want to pick a little bit of underdog here. Um, Jacksonville played pretty good, and they're on a run. Oh man, let's see here. I would say Ty's going with the Cincinnati Bengals. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go Bengals too. Yeah, I'm gonna go Bengals too. I think that just having with Joe Burrow and all those weapons that they have, I think that I have to go with Bengals, even though they didn't play very good. Jamar only had two catches last week. Um, yeah, T was their leading receiver, so we got to get Jamar Chase more involved, and then you also got to put more points on the board. But I'm gonna go Cincinnati at home and ties as well. So right now, me and Ty, no difference in our picks so far, but we'll get there. Um, and then we'll go Patriots at Dolphins. Dolphins are favored -1.5. I am going to go the other way. I'm going to go New England Patriots. I know they didn't get a win last week, but the Dolphins only put up 8 points. And I mean, the Patriots only put up 13. But hopefully Drake May, Stephon Diggs, that connection comes a little bit quicker than it did last week. So I'm going to go Patriots on the road against the Miami Dolphins, and Ty is going to go Dolphins. So that is our difference there. And then let's see here. The Rams at the Titans. The Rams are favored 5.5. Yeah, Cam Ward played good, but I think it's going to take him a little bit to get on that in the winning column. And then the Rams. I mean, obviously Puka Nacua balled out. I'm not sure his status for this week, but he balled out. He had over 100 some yards. And then you got Devontae Adams. You got Kyron Williams. You got Matt Stafford. I think that team's just loaded. And I think obviously they only put up 14 last week, but I think they just got to get on the same page. And they played a tough team, so we'll find out, I guess. But I'm going to go Rams on the road. But I do think that Cam Ward still plays good. I think his receivers need to catch the ball. That's the main point. I've been through that with Jordan Love and his receivers last year. A lot of drops by the receivers doesn't make the quarterback look really much better, and it kind of lets the quarterback down. So hopefully they can get on the same page there. But I'm going to go Rams at home. Or excuse me, Rams on the road, and then Ty is going to go Rams on the road as well. Alrighty, and then Seahawks at the Steelers. This should be a good game. Steelers at home, they're favored 3 points or -3. I'm going to go Seattle. I'm going to go Steelers here. I just think, yeah, who knows? I don't know if Darnold's got it. I mean, obviously, you got to be under KOC. A lot of quarterbacks are. They have it. So I think just being around a new group of people, players, teammates, whatever you want to call them. Obviously, new coaching staff, new receivers to throw to. I think they might take a few games to get warmed up and build some chemistry. So I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're riding high. The celebration from Rodgers after that hit by Jalen Ramsey was awesome to see. Glad he's back, in that football mood and having that joy for the sport. Throwing for four touchdowns as well. Awesome to see. So I'm going to go Pittsburgh at home. And so is Ty, I believe. Yes, he's going Steelers as well. All right. And then Broncos at Colts. The Broncos are favored 2.5. Colts played pretty well. Broncos, they put up, I think they won by, let me see, I know we just looked at it. Okay, yeah, they played the Titans. Yeah, they only put up 20 points, only beat the Titans by 8. So it must have been a pretty good game. But Broncos favored 2.5. I am going to go. I'm gonna go to the Colts at home. I'm gonna ride the Danny Dimes train, and hopefully he keeps playing well. Michael Pittman, get Jonathan Taylor involved. Yeah, and hopefully their defense steps up. I mean, they played pretty damn well last week, so I'm gonna ride that hype train of Danny Dimes, and hopefully they do well. So I'm gonna go Colts, and then Ty is going Broncos. So now we got two games that we're split on, or different opinions for. Um, and then I will go. Let's see, next game: Panthers at the Cardinals. The Cardinals are favored 6.5, -6.5. Um, Panthers didn't play very well. I was hoping a little bit more out of Bryce Young. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go Cardinals at home. I think just I don't know, 6.5 kind of scares me. I know they're at home, but obviously there's something more than just that. So I'm gonna go Cardinals at home, and Ty is also gonna go Cardinals here. All right, almost there, guys. I know it's kind of boring, just me listen to hear me talk. Listen to me talk. So we'll go through this pretty quick. Um, all right, and then next game is Eagles at the Chiefs. Obviously, Chiefs lose 27-21 to the Chargers, and Eagles win 24-21 last week against the Dallas Cowboys. I do think that I think the Chiefs are going to start slow, like kind of like comparison into how like the Cincinnati Bengals usually start. Go 1-3. I think that's going to be the same one with the Chiefs. Hollywood Brown played really good, but I didn't really see much else. And I know Eagles played a tough team, like we saw. I mean, they played Dallas Cowboys, but nobody thought they'd be good, but obviously they came out hot. If it wasn't for those, multiple drops or 3 or 4 drops from CeeDee Lamb, that would be a different game, different outcome possibly. But I'm going to go Eagles on the road against the Kansas City Chiefs, and then Ty is going to go the Kansas City Chiefs at home. Again, that game is favored in the Eagles by a 1.5. So, alrighty, and then those are all our 12 o'clock and 3:05, 3:25 slate games. And then lucky for JJ McCarthy, he has another primetime game. That is the Falcons at the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are favored 4.5. Yeah, Falcons. This should be a good game. I know I looked up a stat here. So the last time that Michael Penix and JJ McCarthy played against each other was 2 years ago, I believe, or 3 years ago, in the national championship, which is pretty cool. So hopefully they, kind of feel that same energy, kind of meeting each other again. Obviously in the pros, 4.5. I don't know. Obviously we know what Ty's going. Ty's going to go the Minnesota Vikings. Let me take a look at something here quick before I make my decision. Yeah, I am gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Atlanta Falcons here. Just looking at some stats here from the Falcons. Michael Penix threw for 300 yards. Pretty much dominated that game. They only lost by 3 points to the Buccaneers, and as we know, the Buccaneers have been good the past few years under the arm of Baker Mayfield. The run game wasn't great for the Falcons, but obviously you had Brian Robinson or Bijan Robinson for 100 yards, Kyle Pitts for 60 yards, Drake London with 55, Ray McLeod 50. So he's getting the ball to multiple receivers. Yeah, Michael Penix maybe in his bag this year. We'll have to watch out for that. But going over to the Vikings, let's just look at some stats here. J.J. McCarthy, 13 for 20, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Not terrible, only 7 incompletions, 143 yards. I think that lone INT kind of hurts. That was a pick six, actually. The run game, Jordan Mason really showed up. Aaron Jones did not show up. Jordan Mason kind of took the brunt of those carries later in the game with 15, and then Aaron Jones only had 8 carries in that entire game. And then obviously you have Aaron Jones with a touchdown catch, 44 yards receiving. JJ, yeah, kind of locked JJ down with only 4 receptions, 44 yards, 11-yard average. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Atlanta Falcons, and like I said, we all know what Ty's gonna go, so I'm gonna go Falcons on the road, and Ty's gonna go with Vikings at home. All right, and what we get lucky here, a doubleheader on Monday night, which is always my favorite. I know Ty's not a big fan because it's hard to focus on both games, so we'll see. But I think these are two really good games. Bucks at the Falcons or Bucks at the Texans. The Texans are favored 2.5. Like I mentioned, I like the Bucks. I like Baker. I like Mike Evans. I think there's something special there. I know they haven't made it super far, like NFC Championship, but I think they're almost there. So I'm gonna go Buccaneers on the road, and then Ty is gonna pick the Texans. So I think we're about 3 or 4 game difference. I picked Yeah, I know that I picked the Patriots, and then I picked what did I pick? I picked the Colts, and then I picked the Eagles, and then I picked the Falcons. So we're 4 games different right now, which is more than last week. So that's good to know. Um, and because I know that Ty last week. Speaking of that, Ty went 10-6 last week, and I went 12-4. So I am 2 games up on him. So obviously having 4 games difference here, we might see what's going on or get a little bit closer in record wise. Um, all right, and then Chargers at the Raiders. Chargers are favored 3.5. Obviously Raiders played decent, but Chargers played pretty damn good. Um, I like the Chargers. I like how I like the receivers. What's his name? Quentin Johnston played pretty well last week, and they had a big upset. I mean, obviously everybody was picking the Chiefs. I think. Who was that? Who was that in favor of? I can look back last week and just see who that was in favor of. Yeah, it was three in favor of 3 to the Chiefs. So everybody was picking them. So yeah, they went in beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead, I believe. Yeah, I think it was at Arrowhead. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. Yes. No. It was. How was that? Anyways, it doesn't matter. But yeah, Chargers at the Raiders. That's me. This is a tough one because I do like the Raiders and Geno Smith. Um, nah. Yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers here just because I like Harbaugh. I think they get something going here. I thought that their other running back, what's his name? Let's see. The other running back played a lot more than I thought because Najee Harris was supposed to play quite a bit, I thought, but he only had 1 carry for 5 yards. Oh yeah, Omarion Hampton. He's a beast. 15 attempts. I mean, he got the ball a ton for his first game. So I'm excited to see him. I think he's huge. And then Justin Herbert, obviously, as we all know, is a great quarterback in the NFL. So that is it. I'm gonna go Chargers here, and so is Ty. So 4 total mismatches. So it should be a good week. And yeah, just ready for week 2 to start. Obviously, a big game tomorrow night. So this pod will come out right before the game. And that is all I have. Hopefully, Ty's back next week. He did promise me that he wasn't going to be on the IR. So hopefully back next week so we can get this thing rolling again. And yeah, we'll see you next time on the podcast. Peace.